In today's video, we have production dates for the Model 3 Highland launching in the US, the latest prototype vehicles, and upgrades that we may or may not be getting. First off, we know all about the quality coming out of Giga Shanghai. Ever since the first vehicle that came off the line, customers were met with outstanding fit and finish. This is ranging from body panels to cleanliness to the overall experience of taking delivery of your Teslas. Now, I've had the personal opportunity to experience some of the deliveries happening in China, and let me tell you guys, it was all outstanding. It was an experience on another level, and it was something that you would expect to come only from limited edition vehicles. All of this combined provided an experience and quality that you would not get anywhere else outside of China. So although this might not be the case with delivery experience inside of North America, the quality is definitely getting better. The two gigafactories here, one in Fremont and the other in Austin, Texas, has really improved on their quality in the past few years. You'll start to notice really great body panel alignments with the S3, X, and Y. And if you now look at the latest production-ready Cybertrucks, you'll notice that it's near perfect in every corner. This is not to say that you might not get an odd one out, but it is really near perfect at this point. Vehicles coming off the line in both factories are coming with really great quality. Now, with the upgrades happening at Giga Fremont and the push for the new Model 3 refresh, we're going to be seeing a bunch of better fit and finish for this specific vehicle. If you guys can remember, Fremont has been upgrading their production line ever since 2021, ranging from body panels to trim line to quality control. But all of this took much longer than expected because of the physical size of the factory and the surrounding square footage. Things will have to be shifted around in many different ways to take advantage of all the space around it, and switching over to a new production line is as difficult as what you guys would think. On top of all this, keep in mind that Fremont was the very first factory pushing out Teslas, and although it has aged very well, things are starting to degrade, things do need upgrading, and this is why it's taking much longer than expected. So with the bulk of 2021 set aside for the production line change-up, the long-range Model 3 was halted completely and the switch to the newer model has taken place. It was the first real effort before we started seeing prototypes around the US, and this is where only the performance model and the standard range was available for order. So with all that history aside, let's check on some of the latest prototypes roaming around the US today and hinting to exactly when the launch will happen. A lot of us have been speculating and wondering if Tesla has held back the launch of the Model 3 Highlands in North America because they were waiting, anticipating on the performance models. I can't say anything for sure, but it would be very unlikely of Tesla if this were the case. They would typically try to push out as much newer vehicles as possible without any wait. What we've been seeing, however, is Tesla pushing over vehicles directly from China down to the roads in the US and using this as a test bench for some of the future models. Going by some of these vehicles with the Chinese emblem and badge on the back, we can tell that Tesla is trying to merge the two types of vehicles together. They are testing to see if these Chinese-made vehicles will comply to US regulations and road types without any major retrofits in the future. Things I can imagine is the harshness of the road, the matrix LED setup, how high and how hard the beams will be. The reflectors is another thing, and the active hood deployment is something that is very specific to some locations around the world. So all of this combined is something that they really want to test out before adding additional parts to places that do not require them. So all that has happened in the past couple weeks, but it has come to a conclusion, and Tesla has finally started testing US made Model 3 Highlands directly from Fremont on US roads as we speak. These vehicles here are distinctly US made because the lack of the Chinese badging on the back. And if you guys want further evidence, it's clearly visible if you guys see it in the perfect shot, but it's a little bit difficult to see it in this photo here or this video, but there is going to be that reflector inside of the headlight housing. This is a requirement in the US and Canada, and this is where they are forcing manufacturers to add it somewhere on the vehicles. It used to be at the bottom fog light, but now because of the lack of the fog light, they have added inside of the housing. housing. I have a whole video on this specifically if you guys want to check that out. There is a bunch of things regarding the headlight housing and a bunch of other regulatory things as well, so go check that out. I'll drop it in the description below and up top there. But so far this week we have seen a total of 3 sightings of these US made vehicles, and they are awesome. We don't know if they are specific made for a certain location, but we do know that these vehicles are made from the US, which is really awesome, meaning that we are going to be seeing it anytime now. There has also been talks about the ludicrous performance Model 3, which I am super stoked about, and I'm sure you guys are as well. I will have a specific video, my next video, dedicated to just that, so if you guys haven't already subscribed to this channel, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you guys can watch it as soon as it comes out. I do have and have already shared this information regarding the ludicrous models. If you guys want to check that out, I do have a specific playlist on the Highlands, but I will also drop a couple of them in the description too. You guys click onto that, and man, this is going to be awesome. So what does this all mean? It means that Tesla has already started pumping out some smaller batches of these Model 3 US made Highlands. Right now, they're all engineering vehicles. You can see directly on the back glass and on the side of the vehicle, so they're just doing the final testings before the production starts in mass. In terms of upgrades and options, a lot is coming with this Model 3 Highland, as I have talked about in previous videos as well. We do have the newer sport seats coming out, new ambient light selections, the possible HEPA filter with bioweapon defense mode that may or may not be coming. Some videos have debunked this. I don't know if it's actually coming to light or not, but it would be really nice and makes a lot of sense to have every vehicle have this option. And another interesting thing is Tesla has been working on a pay-per-use feature option, which may or may not be coming. We'll hear more about that soon, and I will be covering it in another topic in another video, so stay tuned. Seeing where we're at right now with the fully uncovered vehicles driving around the streets of California, I would say that they are pretty much ready. In a more recent release, Tesla has provided a timeline of the performance Model 3 launching, so I would say that these vehicles, these other trims, the standard and the long range, will either come before that or at the exact same date. So I have set my timeline to mid-December to early January for the 2 other trims, and I will be talking about the performance specifically in the next video here. It'll cover literally everything, so make sure you guys stay subscribed or hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't already done so, and also that notification bell. This should be it for this video. I will keep you guys as posted as possible on every little detail, so stick around. This is John once again. Peace out.